Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Dawn of War 2 Elite Mod replay. Spawn on bottom right side as the Farseer, we have Mostafa. Spawning as the right side as the Farseer, we have Zerocry. Spawn as the Warlock, we have a foreign name, and spawn as the Warsport Exarch, we have Bestie. So we have all players as an Eldar variant. Double Farseer versus the non-Farseers. We do got standard build, got mirror build orders for both players. We got Howling Banshees to Howling Banshees versus Guardian to Howling Banshees Howling Banshees. We got a Guardian squad here, and this one is being auto out and not going for additional squad.
An ally has secured a power node.
Howling Banshees pushing way forward, as well as a Guardian squad. Over here, do have this power node captured on up, being activated now. Warlock trying to ensure it's not captured up. Guardian squad and Howling Banshees could intercept. The point's about to be activated, so perhaps to pull out some quick power generators if he so chooses. And do have now this Guardian squad receiving a bit of fire there. Does receive a nice little cast. It does intercept the Howling Banshees here. Though the Guardian squad gets annihilated by the Howling Banshees, the Guardian squad may want to soft retreat over here and then fall back. R2 wouldn't perhaps to engage. This Guardian squad does fall back as well. He's going to advance forward. This one does have a plasma grenade. Does have battle equipment research very quickly. So this could be very powerful. These guys are stacked up quite heavily. And now the Warlock is seeing a bit of damage there. Warlock does fall back there. He still has 4 models there. And these squads do fall back, so does Warlock. Howling Banshees pushing way forward once again. Over here, do have now, looks like the Farseer being forced on back. Howling Banshees see a bit of fire there. And this player is getting flanked hard. A lot of damage coming to this Guardian squad. Down to 30 health, 20 health, 14. As little as 13. It does escape on out of there. Does teleport forward, recede down to 2 health. It escapes out as little as 2 health. This Guardian squad is falling back as well.
The foe seeks to deprive us of a vital
Banshees and Guardians push away over to the left. And this Farseer's, or Howling Banshee does fall back as well.
Our reinforcements are here.
Guardian squad and Farseer advancing on forward. Guardian squad throwing a plasma grenade. And ooh, that's going to be powerful. It was a good hit there. Poor control there. Farseer does fall back. Got this Guardian squad, or no, that's a Ranger squad and the Farseer in this region. There's a lot of forces in this region. You got a Guardian squad team here, suppressing down the Howling Banshees have improved with the aspect of strength. The other one is being improved with the aspect of fleetness. This one has not been improved, nor has this one. Got double Rangers for one Farseer. Guardian weapon team for the other one, while his opponent has gone for a Guardian weapon team, and that's the only thing fancy there. Guardian weapon team gains good suppression in this region, does take up the shield generator as well. 2 Guardian squads falls back, Howling Banshees dumping around. Let's see if damage there. This Guardian squad trying to advance forward, trying to get plasma grenade, and the Guardian weapon team does fall back. Guardian squad advances forward, does shot in the face of the Farseer. Rangers does get some good damage here, knocking back the Howling Banshees. Does get some great damage there. And the Howling Banshees squad does fall back. Guardians get some good damage on the Rangers. And this Howling Banshee squad may get wiped out on 27, 15, 12, 9, 6, 5, 4, as little as 4 health remaining. Howling Banshees just couldn't get a second swipe onto them. Plasma grenade thrown, does avoid it, very nice. And this Howling Banshee squad does fall back as well. This Guardian squad against some good damage there onto the power node. Ranger squad advancing forward, trying to get some damage over here. And this Guardian squad, or Guardian weapon team, does fall back from the Howling Banshees. Warlock does get a nice little knockback there. Could see a defensive plasma grenade there, we do not. The power generator does go down.
Shape the Wraithbone into the Cedar's armor.
Wraithbone? Let's see. Do now have the Armor of Fortune being deployed out by one of the players. Guardian squad is down some heavy cover there. Rangers advancing on forward as well. However, Howling Banshees will hit them in melee. Ranger squad needs to fall back sooner or later. Power getting wiped out. Does get wiped out there. Howling Banshees may go down as well. Down to as low as 20 health at the moment. Plasma grenade thrown. Does get one of the models there. Farseer does get the wipe there with the Rangers, and the Rangers now falling back. Guardian squad could get hit. Then we've got a mass camouflage coming forward, ambushes this Guardian squad. Guardian squad does fall back there. This Guardian squad is trying to sprint away. Howling Banshees engaging the Howling Banshees. They're shouting each other's faces there. We've got a bit of health regen going on. And now got the Warlock who's activated the Channeling Ruins, which allow the Warlock to restore allied infantry health by 20 every second, increase the energy regeneration by 200% for 10 seconds. That was the health regen ability we just saw there. So the Warlock has gone a little bit medical, which could give the Howling Banshees prolonged combat capability, alternative to the Armor of Fortune, and it is a rune slot rather than a armor slot. Pros and cons. Warspider has been put on the field, engaging. Farseer will likely go down relatively shortly. She's down to 12 health, as low as 11. The Armor Fortune's providing a lot of defense there, but she still gets gunned down. Teleports engaged that Farseer there, but was unsuccessful at finishing off with the teleport because she's already down. Farseer falling back at these forces here. Howling Force or Warp Spiders could get some good damage here. Does fall back. These will not be any prone to being wiped out. May drop a couple models, however. Farseer advances forward, trying to res the Farseer, but does get forced back there. Teleports over here. And Guardian squad does fall back there. Guardian's weapon team does fall back as well. Got a bit of heal there. That's the Warlock channel healing. Very, very nice. You've got tier 2 for the Farseer, and tier 2 for the Farseer, and tier 2 for the Warlock. And already tier 2 for the Warp Spider Exarch, who deployed out Warp Spiders. I think he used red points for his Warp Spiders. That's how quickly they came out. Losses on for a lot of people. One Ranger remains. How the Warp Spider did lose his Howling Banshees. Guardian team did go down for the Warlock, and I don't think this Farseer lost anything. Nothing I can remember. Warp Spider's now engaging at range. I've been upgraded the aspect of Warp Spider. Got a nice little cast there. Guardian squads escaped out of the woodway. And does escape from the webway there as well. Takes out that webway gate.
Valuable strategic point lies ahead.
Guardians have come afield.
The Eldar host now uses greater weapons.
Sort of Exarch does get suppressed there. We do have multiple plasma grenades on the warp onto the on Howling Banshees, but mostly annihilated the Warp Spider. Trying to go for these power generators now. We do have, of course, a lot of damage coming out onto them. Do now have some fire dragons now deployed on the field. We do got some Warp Spiders deployed by one of the Farseers, and we do also got a Wraith Lord deployed out by the Warlock. Wraith Lord's facing forward. A short-range cannon would be quite good at this moment. I heard Bright Lance Cannon. That's for the Guardian Weapon team. But it's there onto the Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees will not get its power generator at the moment. Now the entries are receiving more slices there by the Wraith Lord. Power Generator does go down. Bright Lance sitting on up. The Bright Lance doesn't have any snare effect, but does have just good rate of fire. As well as good accuracy, consistent damage. Howling Benches do fall back there. The Wraith Lord is not being saved at the moment. Bright Lance ranges this. The Wraith Lord is seeing quite a bit of damage there, starting with some repairs. No, the Bright Lance is not firing. Body block, Lance Division blocked by a Webway Gate. Does receive a Haywire Grenade from the Howling Banshees. Not Howling Banshees, Warp Spiders. Big mistake over there. Did a great job of blocking the vision there, but didn't continue running. We should have just continued running. Howling Banshee squad needs to fall back there. Fire Dragon's advancing forward, get some damage there. Air grenades being thrown. I think the Howling Banshees got wiped out. Warlock falling back, so is the Guardian squad, so is the Guardian squad there. Force Fires teleport forward and gets knocked back there by the Rangers. Plasma Grenade onto them as well, gets a good hit. Does get some hits on the Fire Dragons. We got these Guardian squads facing on forward, or backwards, 1 and 2. Howling Banshees received a bit of fire there. We've got Webway Gate here. Farseer received a bit of fire there. Has the Spirit Stone. She does go down. Howling Banshees charging forward. We're seeing quite a bit of damage there. Got some shouts right there. And War Spiders do fall back. Guardian squads need to fall back really soon as well. They're using their swift feet in order to escape on away from the Howling Banshees, but they're still getting overran. Both of them are now withdrawing now. We got the Farseer next to the Farseer. I think the Farseer revived the Farseer. Guardians advancing forward, getting some good damage on the Guardian squad. But we got some Warlock leaders there onto these Guardian squads. These Guardian squads still engaging. They're being upgraded to Warlock leaders now. Well, thank you for the follow, D#3, as opposed to B-flat 2. Guardian squads getting some good damage there onto the Howling Banshees. And now we've got the Warlock falling back. We're seeing quite a bit of damage there. The fresh Wraith Lord upon field with a Shuriken Cannon, Plasma Grenade thrown. Gets good damage there. Maybe want to finish up the Farseer there. Going great for the Bright Lance, probably a good idea. Haywire Grenade connects right before he connects with a melee attack. And now he's going to be engaged in the Bright Lance in melee, saving it just barely. The Wraith Lord could throw some Plasma Grenades at the Wraith Lord. The Wraith Lord's actually quite damaged and getting stuck up by these units, but right now it's just full of trolling. And Howling Banshees hit Archark leader, getting some great damage there. He's got the Plasma Grenades on the Wraith Lord. The Wraith Lord's down to 89 health, focusing down with a lot of small arms fire. Haywire Grenade can also pose damage if that's off cooldown, but maybe low in energy. Guardian squad's advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there, trying to save his Wraith Lord. Does get some good emergency repairs. Haywire Grenade does connect, but it's down to 54 health, and does withdraw these units entire side of the Webway. I still say it's a big mistake of him not going for those Plasma Grenades onto him. We got two Fire Dragons here, and the Howling Banshees push way forward. We also have a Seer Council opponent field. Apparently this player, the Warp Spider X-Arc, does get up to tier 3, so Seer Council now here to engage everything. You have another Webway Gate there. There's going to be a lot of Webway Gates on the field, isn't there? Good knockback there on the Seer Council. Farseer seeing a bit of fire there. This force is quite congested. And now the Seer Council is sitting quite a bit of damage. Does fall back. Plasma Grenade thrown. May hit the Seer Council a little bit. Pair of Plasma Grenades on the tree path. Does not get any models there. And he needs to start hit that Webway Gate there. Get rid of it. His Webway Gate's still right there. Or maybe it's his teammate. I can't really tell at this point in time. There's going to be too many Webway Gates. Guardian Squad receiving a bit of fire there. Guardian Squad does fall back. And let's take a quick look recap of who has what on the field, because so far there's a lot of Eldar units, and it can be a bit confusing who has what. Farseer number 1 has a Guardian Squad, Howling Banshees, Guardian Squad, Guardian Weapon Team, who's been upgraded with Bright Lance, and of course the War Spider X-Arc. The other Farseer does have a Guardian squad, Howling Banshees, and 2 Fire Dragons, neither of them upgraded with Dragon Scale armor. The Warlock does have 2 Guardian Squad and the Wraith Lord going for tier 3. And Warp Spider Exarch has 2 Guardian Squads, Warp Spider Squad, and a Seer Council, and is at tier 3. So Red Team will have a tech advantage. But in my opinion, the Eldar tier 3 is a little bit lackluster. The Wraith Lord could be upgraded with Wraith Bone, since he's upgraded tier 3. Bright Lance setting it up, trying to engage that Wraith Lord. He does have the Shuriken. Let's get a Haywire Grenade there, and needs to start engaging that Guardian Weapon team. And looks like the Farseer does fall back. We'll see a bit of damage there, but should escape out of there. I'm gonna open up my other drink nearby, you may hear it.
An Exarch emerges from the Warp Spider Shrine.
And power generators are starting to go on down. Blue does need that power. They need to go to the next tier, potentially.
We have lost the generator.
This force now moving around the flank. Got a Wraith Lord being put up by one of the Farseers, going for a Bright Lance Wraith Lord. Probably won't hurt. Though she does have a good number of Fire Dragons here. Gains some great damage there on the Wraith Lord, who's not been upgraded Wraith Bone to Wraith Bone their opponent. Gets good damage there, gains some good repairs onto the Wraith Lord, but he is getting severely wounded. Plasma Grenade thrown, Wraith Lord does go down. Plasma Grenade annihilates the Fire Dragon. Does fall back, could be focused down. These forces are falling back. I don't see anything on retreat. Red will lose a Guardian squad, I think that was. Both the red players now have Zero Council in the field. That's a heavy melee infantry unit, of which their opponents don't have anything sizable counter to it, because Howling Banshees are just don't hold a candle to farce Zero Councils at the moment. Though the Howling Banshees do have the same grace of being bedded up. Level 3, especially this one. Zero Council here getting hit significantly and getting knocked around a little bit too much, just lacking a bit of support. Does have a Warp Spider X or Warp Spider squad there, but the Warp Spider does teleport away to be engaged by a teleporting Warp Spider. There's also the Warp Spider Exarch here to support the Warp Spiders, who do have Warp Spider Exarch leaders. And the Farseer is not going to be hacking apart the Warp Spider Exarch. The Warp Spider doesn't have any upgrades at the moment, so just this Channeling Ruins research. They do have some Dark Reapers deployed on the field, very nice. That should be good unit to support out the Seer Council, a nice ranged, high damage ranged unit to combo with the close range Seer Council. Farseer number 1 does still have the Armor Fortune. Farseer number 2 has the Ruined Armor, granting the Psychic Storm ability, and still has the Spirit Stone. Down south, we got the Wraith Lord hacking apart this Webway Gate. Can't press on units, bugged. Let's see, that is the Warp Spider Exarch. Red does have a slight DP advantage, but it's going to rapidly change the double capture against them. Red's his red teammate wants them to focus on power generators. Guardian squad engaging the Guardian squad. Plasma grenade was thrown by the Guardian squad. The Guardian squad does avoid the plasma grenade from the Guardian squad, and a bit of a cast there by the Warlock. Over here, we do now have the plasma grenade thrown, knocking back the Zero Council. It may have been his own plasma grenade, I'm not sure. No, he has plenty of energy, it wasn't his. Does escape on the webway, may want to hack apart the webway. Having trouble spotting it. There it goes, gets spotted now. Right?
The enemy has 200 points remaining.
Yeah, he's having trouble clicking on it, isn't he?
The forces of gravity will bow to our Farseer's blade.
He's having a bit of trouble. It's a bit of a shame when one person's experiencing bugs like
Our
that.
mission above all. An ally has secured a power node.
Hopefully he's able to at least move around. Not as great, but sometimes that's what you have to do.
The Temple Exarch leads us, Banshees.
2 webway gates here. We've got 2 fire dragons as well. We've got the Seer Council, Guardian Squad, just everything. There's a Psychic Storm being cast right there. He does largely avoid it. Wraith Lord has been spotted. No upgrades on the Wraith Lord. May see a Haywire Grenade. Force Fighters do teleport forward, vacating the Guardian Squad there. Howling Banshees. Oh, there's a stasis ability of some sort. That could from the Warlock. Oh, no, it's a Phase Armor. Phase Shift ability, which basically puts units out in timeout for the conflict, allowing to pick off the other units instead. So the Warp Spider does go down. If I remember correctly as well, that armor does that phase ability does not save him from being attacked. Blue's being forced back when the Fire Dragons do go down that conflict. Last grenade thrown. Does see a bit of damage there. Now got the War Spider XR trying to hit the Seer Council. Wraith Lord against a bit damage there. Nothing here to really engage the Wraith Lord. No anti-vehicle weapons. Do have another Wraith Lord being put on field, and an Avatar War now being put on the field. That should hit a Wraith Lord pretty hard. War Spider or the Dark Reaper has upgraded the aspect of the Reaper and confirmed increases squad's target range damage by 25%, if I can say words. I have trouble saying words sometimes. You have the Warlock now reviving the War Spider XR. He may want to go for Haywire Grenades to help hit these Wraith Lords. We got tier 3 being researched by one of the Farseers. The Farseer is currently down right there. Wraith Lord gains some damage there. Zero Council is going to try to engage Wraith Lord. It's not a great engagement though. But now we do have the Avatar War being employed, has been employed on the field. The Bloody Hand Cane. We do now have the Seer Council engaging the Warlock. Guardian Squad is quite damaged as well. Warp Spiders teleport forward. Seer Council push way forward. Do get an Haywire Grenade there from the Warp Spiders. Or from somewhere. They have full energy, so I'm not sure what actually got the Haywire Grenade. Seer Council engaging. Now here comes the Avatar War. Gets a cast there, knocking back the Seer Council. Does not wipe out the Seer Council. Now the Avatar War is going to show him what a real sword is, the Wraith Lord. We got a Fire Dragon here. They can hit the Avatar War a little bit more successfully. Wraith Lord just trying to avoid the Avatar War. Got the War Spider against consistent damage here. This War Spider squad needs to fall back. Make it no power to get. Does teleport away in time. Talon Base is trying to overrun the Guardian squad there. Seer Council engaging the Wraith Lord. The Avatar War needs to start moving over here. Channeling Runes have been command to Seer Council. That's a pretty powerful combo. He does get a Haywire Grenade there, and now we got the Wraith Lords does go down to the Seer Council. Not a counter, but at least they can hit them hard enough. And here comes a big cone. Does get one of the models there. And does not kill off that model. We got webways, one deployed by red, one deploys out by blue. And now we got the Wraith Lord there, right next to the Avatar. Focus on the Bright Lance, good idea. Bright Lance falling on back. And there's a big explosion ability there. Does escape from the webway gate there, very good. Apparently the webway gate did not take any damage from that. Now it's going to be destroying the webway gate there. Seer Council trying to capture this point. Red's down to minimal VPs, but there is a capture in his favor. Soon to be a double, then triple capture. That is a red webway. Down here we have an Archtarch, Archtarch right there. And I think blue team just surrendered there. This is Anagrid saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.